Oh boy. Well, it's getting bad now. We are in June now, midway through June, and this puts us in 11th place with the Nashville Sporting Kansas City game going on right now. With this loss, we are dropping down the table week in and week out without picking up points. So something needs to change. The offense for the last couple years or so has just lacked so much dynamic and goal scoring opportunities. Seems to be stretches where we're relying on certain players. If Reynoso and Lode aren't gonna pick up a goal or something, it seems to be useless. And it broke today from Andy Greger, I believe, and more column. I think I saw Andy Greger report it on Twitter, but I think he was getting the information from Column on the broadcast. I think when the pregame said that we were looking for a striker or another forward when the window opens up. Which, how many times are we going to just? It's just the endless cycle of strikers and forwards where it seems they all come here just for their careers to die, because no one seems to be able to score in our system, or we can't create chances. And you start to question, I mean, I have for a while, but you think maybe a coaching change might be necessary. I don't know if a lot of people are thinking. I don't think Adrian Heath can bring us to the next level. So, because it seems like year in and year out, the same issues are going on with the team. I don't know. It's getting very, very frustrating. I mean, the first 45 we played all right, but we didn't score from open play. We were creating opportunities somewhat, but we weren't capitalizing on our chances until Reynoso draws the penalty with a great little sequence of play from everyone. But and he does well with the penalty and scores, and we go into halftime up 1-0. But the second half was abysmal. The unfortunate part is Dane is probably to blame. Not fully to blame, but I think even Dane will tell you he should have saved that first goal. Was a deflection. It is a little tough, but it's got to be saved. And the second one, Gustavo Bo just puts it where in the top left right corner. I think it was the left corner, top left corner. Where you just can't reach. You really just can't reach it up there. No, if you can put the ball there every time on a free kick, you're 9 out of 10 times you're going to score. And Dane even gets a paw to it, and it's just not strong enough to get the ball out. And that was the difference, the error and the little bit of magic from Gustavo Bo. And the second half, there's just nothing there in the attack, and the defense was pretty poor. We were letting them create opportunities. A lot of yellow cards picked up. Will Trapp picked one up. Robin Lod picked one up. Dabasi, Luis, Kamar Lawrence. Yeah. It was a very, very poor game, and in reality, we might not make the playoffs this year. Something drastically needs to change with this team. Something drastically needs to change. So that's about it. Because there were some bright spots. A little bit of Joseph Rosales was really bright to see when he came on, but came on in the 81st minute. I really think Franco only has 70 minutes in him, so I don't know why he stays on. an extra 10 because I think in the 60th, 70th minute, it's about all he's got. He starts to really drift out of the game, and I think any fan could tell you that, really. But Lod was the first sub, which I can understand. He'd been on international duty and stuff, but I don't think he wanted to come off. And with your leading goal scorer, I understand, but I think to give Adrian Hanu 15 minutes off the bench at the end, maybe 10, he comes on the 81st, and there was 5 added minutes, so about 15 minutes roughly, and you don't even know how much added time is going to be. We should have been going at it for a little bit. Not that Adrian Hanu would have changed the game by any means, but just throwing another striker up there, it's questioning. Curvin was probably, I think, in my opinion, our best player. I thought Ray was extremely sloppy in certain cases, even though he does score the goal and draw the assist. And without him, our offense looks absolutely lost. But it's just another poor game, and something really needs to change. It's getting to a point where something's got to give. Something's got to give. Our front office can't be this naive, or maybe they are, but we can't continue to just waste money on players that we're not going to use when we can spend. We spent so much on Adrian Hunu and hasn't really got a fair shake, I don't think, this year. I mean, this first year he played a little bit, but why are we spending this much money on him if we're not? Yeah, it's just, you can get a player that's going to play for your second team and it'll come off the bench a little bit for your first team for a lot less than that, let's just say, and maybe spend other places, but we desperately have been needing a striker since for a while, since Ramirez left. I mean, I don't think Ramirez would have been the answer by now either, but seems like ever since Adrian's been here, we've been looking for a striker. Yeah, but that's about all I got. I'm going to go into player ratings quick, and just another heartless performance in the second half. So let's see. Oops. Okay, it's not coming up. Well, Dane's gonna get it's probably his worst game. I hate to do this to the kid, but I'm gonna give him a 6. Kamar Lawrence, I'm gonna give a 5. I'm at actually, yeah. Dane's gonna get a 5 or a 6. Yeah, 6. The second goal, yeah, not Dane's fault by any means. Kamar Lawrence, a 6. Debasi, a 6. Boxwell, a 5. DJ Taylor, a 5. Actually, whole back line's gonna get a 5. Yeah, switch that whole back line's gonna get a 5. We'll trap a 5. Kervin Arriaga, a 7. Franco, a 6. Manuel Reynoso, a 6. Robin Lod, a 5. Amarilla a 6. Yeah. And let's see, Adrian Hunu. Six or a 7. Or no, not a 7. 6. Sorry, wasn't on enough. Joseph Rosales a 7. Bongi Halangaway a 5. Yeah, I think that's it. Very, very, very poor game. Something's got to give. That's all I got, really. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and come on, you loons.